Oh, we are live. You can do your photo live. Let's do it. Come on. You get a sneak podcasting looks like. Come on in here. Awesome. So that is live podcasting at its best. We are here with the sights and sounds of McCall 23. We're doing live photos online. We have people walking by saying hi. We got people hanging out here in the McCall zone. Check them out over there. What's going on, everybody? We're live. They're not even listening to us. We're live here having fun. Come on down to the McCall zone. Check out the solution providers. Make sure to check out our sponsor, Everfi, at 626, booth 626. So much going on here. Hustle and bustle is going. And what makes this special are the people. And I am super excited first to get to meet our next guest and then to have Dr. India White about her work. So welcome.
Hi guys, how's it going? I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much, Dr. Matthew.
Of course. So for those out there who don't know your work, besides being a feature speaker, tell us a little about you and your work.
Hey guys, so my name's India. I am a co-author with National Geographic Learning, and I'm also a TEDx speaker. I am so thrilled to be here at this conference because of the motto of just being stronger together on this podcast is everything I represent with the work I do as an author on equity, diversity, and inclusion, and in the work I've authored with Dr. Ron Larson, Dr. Lori Basel, and our counterpart Nick Lopez with Math and You with Big Ideas Learning. So I'm so happy to be here, and I'm all about just doing work that causes all of us to come together. So for instance, I spoke to you guys.
See what you got. How are you?
I have this book. I'm having a book signing today. And this book is called Equity Counts. The first 50 teachers will get a free copy, and booths 818, 820. So you need to come and see us at the National Geographic Learning booth, Big Ideas Learning Group booth. Come see us for that. And then, of course, you can come and check out our book series, Math and You. This is going to be on the shelf of millions of teachers and students throughout the nation, and we are super pumped about it.
Awesome. So, as you can see in the first 5 minutes, this isn't your first rodeo. You've done something besides having an awesome bedazzled phone. You feel very comfortable in front of the camera, in front of other people. I put your website down below. It's just scrolling for you, all of you out there watching. Make sure to check out Dr. White's website. What is some of the other work you do? I was reading some of your work. Share some of that.
So I also am a motivational speaker. I am a national education consultant where I specialize and work on equity, diversity, and inclusion, but also on interhumanism and cross-cultural communication. I've also been able to author over 40 books besides the books that we're doing with our math series. In these books, I talk about my personal testimony of overcoming homelessness, going into a college dorm overnight, and then graduating, being a teacher of the year, then going forth, being an administrator, and then doing more things across the nation, not only as a speaker, but also as a consultant, as a math coach, and beyond. And so I love having people also on my podcast. I have a podcast called Let's Get Gritty, where I talk about grit and how people cultivate grit in their everyday lives as leaders and how they help students as well. So that's a little bit of some of the work that I do. And you can see some of that on my website, www.india-white.com.
Awesome, and that's scrolling down below. We could just talk all day with all the things that you've shared and that you work with. And I'm going to ask you, through all of this, how have you grown as an educator?
This has been very powerful, especially in the session that I presented on this morning. My session title was called The Metamorphosis of Education, How Cross-Cultural Communication and Interhumanism Help Bridge the Achievement Gap. In that session, I was able to really keep it real with leaders. We were able to find out ways to really connect and break those guards and those barriers that our students might have in the classroom, and even some angst and biases or some perspectives or some fears that teachers themselves might have. So we were able to really kind of go and dive and dig into research and see how we can all grow and go beyond and be stronger together and to be all inclusive, because we are here until the end to fight for inclusion for our students, for our teachers, for for our nation. And that is why I do the work that I do.
And in case you haven't figured it out, Dr. White is very passionate about this. So make sure to see some of her work and bring that into your school. So equity, check out Math and You. So as a former building principal and a current district leader, when you say keep it real, and what does that mean to you when you talk to district leaders? Because you talk to district leaders from, Atlanta, inner cities, to, rural white districts that I have worked in. How do you keep it real with the different populations of leaders?
Exactly. So whether I'm in New York, where I was training superintendents and district leaders, or if I'm in Hawaii or California or in Florida, wherever, the one thing I found is really making that emotional connection and being able to address the elephants that are in the room and to not bounce around them like there's not an issue, but to really go right at it head on. What is the issue? What do we need to cultivate an environment of belonging for all of our students and our teachers so that they feel like they can move beyond together? Because it's so imperative that we address these issues, because this is why the achievement gap has increased, unfortunately, and it's going to take over 217 years, guys, to close the achievement gap in the United States. So we have to stick together. We need district leaders to not feel uncomfortable when dealing with various ethnic groups, various linguistic backgrounds, but they need to understand that we have the resources for them to be equipped to be successful as leaders, so that they can help their teachers, so that our families can be impacted for good. And so that is why I do the work that I do. When I say keep it real, I want to have those genuine questions, those hard conversations where leaders are saying, I teach in a district where no one looks like me. I'm leading a district where none of the teachers understand me, but I don't understand my community, and I'm afraid of interacting because I don't want to offend anybody. Well, then I am that person that goes in to help to bridge that gap and to just make sure that those walls come down so that people can connect and people can succeed and move forward. That's what it's all about.
And I think the message that I'm hearing also is that you have to empower those in the district when you leave to do the work.
Exactly.
And one of the things I have found, and again, these aren't even the questions, I'm just listening to you, hearing the passion, and maybe just asking selfishly for me, because I think it's important for our district leaders as well. But how do you empower those who need the courage to do it? Because this sounds great. We're in a conference and everyone's like, yeah, this is powerful work. And they go back to their district and it's like, ooh, this is going to be a tough message.
Yes.
So how do you empower leaders to have that courage?
Well, my biggest thing is you got to look at the data, and I always tell leaders, take one with you. Don't ever just go at this alone. You're not in an island by yourself. Your team needs you. Your leaders need you. Your district officials, they need you. And if your district, your superintendent needs you. And if your superintendent, your community needs you. You're in there for a reason. You have a purpose. So you've got to go beyond your fears and angst and understand that you are on assignment to do a specific purpose, because there are too many kids that are falling through the cracks. Too many people are not graduating. Our communities are being affected. Jobs, there's an increase in unemployment. There's so much because we are missing it. We are failing somewhere. So therefore, we have to have a sense of urgency to go in and make change. We've got to get beyond the fears, or get it beyond what people think, and bring a team with us and go make it happen. And so that's what I want to encourage every leader to say. Listen, I know it's going to get tough, but just present the data, present the research. Don't go at it alone. Okay, have those conversations and create that buy-in with your teachers. Create a system, get something going, and then get people to back you with it. That's what you got to do in this time and age. We don't have time to waste, guys.
I like it. So hold up your book again. For those districts who are looking to dive into it, what would be like the highlights of the book? If they're saying, because we are saturated with books sometimes. But what stands out about Equity Counts, besides that you wrote it?
So this is a baby of mine, because I kept hearing we need equitable practices, but how do I use equity as a principal? How do I use equity as a legislator? How do I use equity as a dean? How do I use equity as a math coach, as a teacher? How do I use equity when connecting with my community? And this provides all of your answers. You can see I didn't do this alone. Okay, there's principals here, there's legislation, there's a woman here, she's a House of Representatives, there's even a leader in Canada here, so she's right across the street. There's so many people that have dived in and given their expertise of what worked and their level of leadership for equitable practices. So if you're a superintendent, dive in. If you're a dean or associate professor, dive in. If you're a principal, dive in. If you're just a math teacher getting started, dive in. We have all the strategies and solutions you need in this book, and every single one of us are available to you. So when you go through, you'll read about what is equity. You'll read about math coaching. You'll read about so many different things. This really is needed, I believe, in every school district if you're trying to really implement equitable practices so that you can reach all learners.
Awesome. And we have our representative from National Geographic here. Eric doesn't want to be on the camera. Oh, well, there he is. And tell us again, for those of you at McCall, what booth are you?
818.
818. Make
Yes.
sure to get to 818 for the National Geographic. And this is how live works. We just get people in, we talk.
Yes.
And what's happening at booth 818 again,
So
Dr.
we've
White?
got a book signing at 12:30. Book signing. First 50 teachers come on out. First 50 leaders, you better get your book because I'm going back to Florida soon, baby.
All
And
right.
I don't want to take any of them with me. I want you guys to have them. And then, of course, check out our brand new Math and You Teachers Edition and Student Edition books. Grades K-5, we've got hot off the press for you. These are going to be on shelves. These are going to be in book classrooms everywhere this summer, as soon as this summer. So come and get your copy. Come look through our content and come join us. We want to partner with you.
All right, you heard it here first. 12:30 at the National Geographic. Not only are you going to go and learn about a great solution provider, you're going to meet an unbelievably inspired teacher, educator, leader. Grab a few books. So even when I saw your book held up there with the amount of people who contributed, that just walks the walk of Stronger Together. So what does Stronger Together mean to you, Dr. White?
So Stronger Together means I can't do it alone, but when I do decide to go at it and I'm stronger together, we're able to really make dreams happen, and we're really able to affect society and bring about the change that we know we need. We know that it's going to take over 200 years to close the achievement gap. We know that over 2 million students are dropping out each year. So when we stick together and we're stronger together, we're able to have a greater force to bring those kids back in. We're able to have a greater force to make sure teachers are retained, awesome teachers that unfortunately we know are falling by the wayside because they're overwhelmed with all the mess taking place. We're able to stick stronger together to make sure that they know that they have a support group that they've always looked for. That's what it means to be stronger together. We've got to do this thing together. We've got to make it happen. All inclusive is the way to go.
Make it happen. And thank you so much for coming on. 12:30. Head on over to the booth. Make sure to follow her website's below, and make sure to keep checking in all day today. We're going to be here all day hearing from amazing feature speakers like Dr. White throughout the day today, and make sure to hit the awesome sessions, and we'll see you at the reception tonight. So thank you, everybody, for all the work you're doing. Dr. White, it has been truly inspirational to meet you, and I look forward to continue to learn from you moving forward.
Thank you. You too. Take care, guys.
See ya.
Matthew